It's just so good. What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, what's up? Hello, my name is Alex. I go by TheCorporateFinesser, and this channel is for women who are new business owners finessing gracefully through life. So y'all, let's get into this t-shirt. You see it? You know, I'm a firm believer, and you know, you just gotta dress how you feel. And although I'm not angry, I'm not sad, I'm not depressed, today I just felt like really putting on this shirt that says what you see here. But that is not what this video is about. Before I get started, I wanted to thank my subscriber who encouraged me to make this video today. So shout out to you, girl. This video, I'm going to show you how I create a brand new design for my Etsy shop that I plan on posting. So let me go ahead and just jump right into it. Alrighty, friends, so before I get started, I wanted to show you what I'll be using today to press onto my new design that I'm going to create. So I'm experimenting with patterned vinyl, and I'm very excited because I really think it'll help my sales. So just pray for your girl. Definitely hoping that this helps and is more eye-catching. So I got this vinyl from Amazon. I normally use Caesar vinyl, but I was just playing around, so this is different from Caesar. I don't know the brand, but I just wanted to try some cute little cheetah print today. And then this is the vinyl I currently use. It's by this Caesar brand, and it's from Heat Transfer Warehouse. Sorry if it's not focusing, but I'll be sure to leave the link down in the description box below for y'all in case you want to check it out. Not sponsored, but I do enjoy shopping there, so I'm just sharing the tips for you. And then these are just like my tools and just other things I have to use to cut and just measure and make sure everything looks good. Here's my weeding tool, this little guy right here, and then yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started to show you guys this process. All right, friends. I am back into the Silhouette Studio. If you are new here, you have never seen one of my tutorials before, I am using the Silhouette Studio Basic Edition, just the edition that comes with the Silhouette Cameo. So I just wanted to spit that disclaimer real quick. And so, okay, I'm pretty much about to show you guys how I'm going to create the design and just walk you through that. I know the letters I want, so I'm going to go over here to my left-hand panel here and click this A for my text or my font so I can start typing. As you guys see here, I'm just hitting enter so that way the letters can kind of fall in line underneath each other because this is how I want it to read. So okay, I did that. I'm going to make this bigger because I know the size pretty much that I want and what how thick I want it on the shirt. I'm just gonna make that probably that thick. Now I'm also going to change the fonts because I don't like the default font that the Silhouette Studio starts with. So I'm going to go ahead and go over here to my right hand panel, and there's another letter A with like a bar behind it for your text style. Now I did recently make a video on how to upload free fonts, so feel free to check that out if you're interested. If you don't like the original fonts that the Silhouette Studio comes with, you can definitely upload free fonts, and you can use them, of course, at your leisure. So I'm going to go ahead and start typing in my little search bar here for my text and my font. I know which one I want, so I'm just going to search for it. So this is the font that I like, and as you guys can see, it just changed. So it's a little smushed to me, so I'm going to make it a little bit different, just change the dimensions. So I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and maybe put it in the center just because my next idea here I want to just make room for. So with the idea I have in mind, I pretty much want to create a layered illusion of this text here. So what I'm going to do now is go over here to my right hand panel, and I'm going to select this star, which lets me know that this is the offset panel. So I'm going to select this. My design is highlighted, so I'm going to select offset. And as you guys see here, the words now have this pretty much shadowy effect, a border around the words that you guys see here. I want to increase that, and I'm going to show you why here in a bit, but I'm going to go ahead and increase the offset to maybe like 170. Let's see. You can make this as big as you want. You know, this is totally up to you how thick you want your offset shadow to appear. Okay, so right now I'm at 195, but as you guys can see here, my T and my H are running in together. So now I'm just going to have to decrease it here just a little bit because I don't want that to happen. I want each letter to have its own room, so to speak. So I actually took it down to 160, and I think that looks great. So I'm going to select apply so that offset can just stay in place. So now what you do from here is that because I have the idea in mind, I want my offset to be a different color or pattern than the actual design or the original design. I'm going to actually drag my original design away by selecting the E and just moving this over here to the right. Here's my offset shape. So that is my second step. And so now to put a little picture here for you guys of what I'm wanting to do, I'm going to select my offset, fill that in with red, and I'm going to drag my original design here just a little bit close because I want to fill in this as well. So you guys can see the layered look, and then just place that on top and look at that. So it just makes the design a little bit more creative. It makes the design also just, it could stand out more when someone is reading it from afar. And so that's the idea that I want. So my next step, and my last step actually that I'm going to do, is I want a box around my two designs here. So I'm going to drag these over, probably put this in the center just so I can have the box look very symmetrical. So as you can see here, I went over to my left hand panel in my drawing tools and I just selected the rectangle, and I'm going to create a box around this empath design. Now real quick, one thing you want to make sure you do is just double click the cursor again, so that way you won't have that four directional cursor, and that way the system won't draw you another box. So just one of those tips that sometimes the Silhouette software likes to think you want to keep drawing boxes, and that's not the case. Okay, so as you guys can see here, I drew my box. I'm just trying to make sure the letters kind of fit in the middle as well, make it look very symmetrical. I'll probably bring this down just a little bit. And you can always resize things to your liking too. So I'm just pretty much going to play around with my size here and then pick this back up once I'm done and I like what I see. Okay, you guys, so this is what it's going to just look like in my Silhouette studio. But I wanted to let you know that although I have my fill colors in here just to give myself an idea of what the design is going to look like, I'm not going to be using, and let me drag this over here to the right again, I'm not going to be using red, so I'm actually going to be using cheetah print. And so this offset shape is going to be the cheetah print followed by the actual layered words on top, which are going to be red, and then I'm going to keep this outline box red as well. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back off and go to my camera to show you guys how I finished this design. All right, you guys, what is up? You're going to be so proud of me. I actually ended up buying myself like a tripod mount, so my camera is like overhead, as you guys can see here. So your girl is no longer going to be the one-handed bandit and struggling to show you guys how to press and make designs. So I do talk with my hands a lot, so I do apologize, but I wanted to show you something real quick and how I'm pretty much going to prepare my vinyl to cut into my Silhouette right here. I'm going to feed that through there. And then on the other side here, here's my heat press. So as I mentioned before, this vinyl right here is not the normal Caesar brand. And one thing I wanted to point out is that if you guys are experimenting with the patterned vinyl and it's not your go-to or anything like that, just be aware that all patterned vinyl is not created equally, okay? And so when I say that, I mean that the way that you lay it on your mat, you know, your cut settings, they're gonna vary. And that's just the nature of vinyl, to be honest with y'all. I know that I have to lay this vinyl on my mat, pattern down first. Okay, so I'm going to do that and show you guys. I'm just going to line it up here the best way I can. You can use your hand or a squeegee, whatever you're comfortable with when this, you know, comes to pressing your vinyl on your cutting mat, but I just use my hand. So that's how it looks. On the cutting mat side, that's just a random piece of paper that got stuck. And then here it is. And this is the side that I'm going to feed into my Silhouette Cameo. Another thing I wanted to mention when it comes to different brands of patterned vinyl is that depending on the vinyl, again, all vinyl is not created equal, but some vinyl requires you to flip it and some does not. Okay, so again, if you are just testing out vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, and it's specifically patterned, just again, play around with it, get yourself more familiar, because what you have to do with one patterned vinyl, you don't have to do for the other. So I'm going to go ahead and load this into my mat. Alright guys, so I'm going to speed up the rest of this clip and catch you guys back when the designs are done. And this is where I started noticing that the design was messing up, you guys. Okay, y'all, so I had to do a little bit of improvising, but that's okay because thankfully I had enough. So as you see here, these are smaller pieces, but what ended up happening was I ran out of vinyl to have actually the full like design, but that's okay because again, you know, we got to improvise. So that's why you see these two separate pieces here, but I'm going to go ahead and weed all of what you see on the table. Here's my offset design. I went ahead and cut, just made it a little bit smaller so it's easier to weed. Alright y'all, so at this point, this is where the design completely messed up on me. I layered the vinyl over each other and this is how I messed up. Rookie mistake, but I won't do it again. Okay guys, so this is what the shirt looks like, but I definitely wanted to point out the mistakes that I did and just to let you know that it's okay if you mess up. You know, you just sometimes have to practice to get better. However, on the positive, I really like this. If my border would have weeded correctly, I think that would have just made it pop, just to have it more isolated in the box. But again, you know what, these are just learning tools. So I wanted to zoom in on the mistakes that I made other than the border that you guys saw. So my T peeled because I had a piece of clear vinyl stuck on it. I thought that layering it would, I don't know, make it easier, but it ended up messing it up. And then the same thing happened with the P. And then I also had some, I guess some debris that I did not catch on my E, but that's totally okay because one thing that I'm gonna take away from this is that showing you guys and, you know, helping you figure out what not to do so you can make sure you master, you know, your pattern vinyl and if you want to layer it and things like that. So So I most definitely will redo this because I think this is super cute. I think that this really can change the game with making t-shirts, and I definitely hope that this helps you, learn what to do, what not to do, and if you develop your own ways of doing it, I think that's super bomb as well. So all in all, without my mistakes, I think that this is good, like visually, and then I still want that border around it too. But let me know what y'all think, of the actual design itself, and if you think that it'd be a good seller on Etsy. So as always, don't forget to drink your water, mind your business, and always choose yourself first, and I will be back with more videos. Peace out.